Hi everyone! Today I have a clean and simple card using Fawn papers and stamps. So I have the Into the Woods paper pad and stamp set that I'm going to be using along with distress inks. And I have this Polaroid frame die from My Favorite Things. I'm just going to die cut that out of a piece of white cardstock. Just run it through my Cuttlebug. I'm just going to set that aside because I'm going to use it later. So for the background behind the Polaroid, I'm going to use my distress inks to create a sunset scene. I'm going to start with the mustard seed, which is a yellow. I always start with the lightest color first. And then I'm going to move on to the orange, which is the spiced marmalade. And you can see, since that one's in the middle, I kind of work it in from the edges, just so I don't get a square mark right in the middle. And then my last color is the barn door, which is a red color. And you can apply these as light or dark as you want. So after I finish my last color, I'm going to go backwards then. So I'm going to use the spiced marmalade again and go over the part that I already did. And this is so each of the colors blends together well and it looks like a natural ombre effect. So then I'll just finish by taking the mustard seed. And there's the finished background for that. Okay, so next I have the Into the Woods stamp set, and I'm going to take the little deer that's at the bottom. And I'm going to stamp that onto a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock with my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I use the Memento ink because I'm going to be using my Copics to color it in. So I have the E23, E25, and R20. I'm just going to color the whole deer in with the E23, the lightest brown color. And then I have the E25, and I'm just going to go over some of the areas that I want to be a little bit darker. And then I'll go back with the E23 and just blend all those areas together. And then I have the R20, which is a really light pink, and I just put that right into the ear. And if you just go over it a few times, it starts to show through past the brown color. And I'm just going to fussy cut that out. So you can see I finished cutting it all out, and I went around the edges with my Tuxedo Black Memento marker. And I'm just going to place the background right behind my Polaroid frame there. I just took a zig pen and went around the edge of the frame. And there's that. Okay, so now I have the Into the Woods 6x6 paper pad, and I'm just going to pick one of those to use as my background. I decided to use the brown background with the multicolored leaves on there. And I'm just cutting that down so it fits in my A2 size card base. And then I have my sentiment from the A Birdie Told Me stamp set. It just says hello. And I'm going to stamp that with a Tuxedo Black Memento ink as well. And then I was going to stamp it on the Polaroid frame, but I decided to stamp it up into the sunset part there. Now I have some coral lawn trimmings twine from Lawn Fawn as well. And I'm going to tie that around the bottom of my frame. I don't actually tie it, I tape each side to the back as you can see, and then I cut the bow separately. It's just easier for me to tie the bow this way, and it saves a tiny bit of twine. And I just make that bow look nice and pretty and then tie the edges off, or the ends off I should say. And I'm going to attach that onto the card base with my ATG gun. And lastly is time to attach the little deer onto there, so I'm just going to use some foam squares and put those on the back. And attach that right onto the card. And that is the finished clean and simple card. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Bye!